Is the mobile connection fine? See, net connection. Actually, there is some issue with the broadband. Here it is heavy raining. Okay, fine. Okay. Good evening. One second, I will start now. 1 second. So company paintings was the last topic. Okay, fine. Next. So we will move on to some another topic today. So we will have some topics on our art and culture. We already started with the medieval Indian architecture. We started with medieval Indian architecture. Then what all topics we covered? Painting, Mughal paintings we covered. Then Rajput paintings, I think we covered. And then the company paintings. Now moving to another topic, the ancient schools of Indian sculpture. Ancient schools of Indian sculpture. Next topic. Ancient schools of sculpture. So this is the next topic, ancient schools of sculpture. Ancient Indian schools of sculptural art. So mainly there are three schools of sculpture emerged during the post-Maurya period. Post-Maurya period. There emerged three schools of sculpture. Three schools of sculpture. So three schools of sculpture emerged during the post-Mauryan period. Three schools of sculpture. And they are Gandhara, Mathura, and Amravati. So these are the three schools of sculpture that emerged during the post-Mauryan period. Gandhara school of sculpture, Mathura school of sculpture, and Amravati school of sculpture. These are the three schools of sculpture that emerged during the post-Mauryan period. Gandhara, Mathura, and Amravati. Gandhara, Mathura, and Amravati. Now let's see the features of the schools of art. Gandhara School of Art, Mathura School of Art, and Amravati School of Art. Gandhara, it emerged in northwest India. Gandhara emerged in northwest India. It was developed by Indo-Greeks, Shakas, and Kushans. Developed by Indo-Greeks, Shakas, and Kushans. Then it is called Hellenistic art. It is called Hellenistic art. That is, it is a mix of Greco-Roman style. It's a mix of Greco-Roman style. Mix of Greco-Roman style. Then this is religious. Gandhara School of Art was religious and exclusively Buddhist. It's a religious school of art and it is exclusively Buddhist. It's exclusively Buddhist school of art. Religious and it is exclusively Buddhist school of art. Exclusively Buddhist school of art. Then the building material is blue-gray schist stone. The building material is blue-gray schist stone. That's the building material there. Then its focus was on anatomical accuracy. Anatomical accuracy. That is the perfect proportions of the body features. That was the focus. Anatomical accuracy was the feature of this Gandhara School of Art. Then the leading centers are Gandhara, Takshashila, Bamiyan, Begram. So these were the features of the Gandhara School of Art. Gandhara School of Art. See the dressing patterns, the hairstyle, the body features, the sharp features, all this represents the Greco-Roman style. You can see curly hair in Buddha. So some features of Greco-Roman style is that the long dress used by the sculptures, that is a dressing style, it's a lengthy dress by the Romans, curly hair, then that anatomical accuracy, long dress, curly hair, then that halo, that round around the head of a person, okay, to show that aura. These all are the reflective of the Greco-Roman influence. Long dress, curly hair, anatomical accuracy, and halo. So these are the features of Gandhara School of Art. These are the features of Gandhara School of Art. The next, Amaravati School of Art. Amaravati School of Art. Or second, we can study Mathura, not Amaravati, Mathura. Mathura School of Art. Mathura School of Art. Mathura School of Art is developed in the Gangetic Plain. Mathura School of Art developed in the Gangetic Plain. Mathura School of Art, it developed in the Gangetic Plain. Developed in the Gangetic Plain. Then it was patronized by Shakas and Kushans. Patronized by Shakas and Kushans. Patronized by Shakas and Kushans. Then religious and non-religious images were produced. So this school, Mathura, it produced both religious and non-religious images. So it was not only religious art, it had both religious and non-religious features. Religious features were there, non-religious features were also there. So religious and non-religious features were there. Religious and non-religious. Then next, it also produced the images of Buddhism, Jainism, and Brahmanical religion. So it produced the images of Buddhism, Jainism, and Brahmanical religion. It produced the images of Buddhism, Jainism, and Brahmanical religion. So that is not only Buddhist like Gandhara. Gandhara, what we produced, that was only Buddhism. Here, religious images were there, religious images were there, and non-religious images were there. And the non-religious images means the sculptures of the kings, the queens, and all. So this is what religious and non-religious. So that's there in the Mathura School of Art. Then here in Mathura, the building material, white spotted red sandstone. This is the building material. White spotted red sandstone was the building material. White spotted red sandstone. White spotted red sandstone, that was the building material here. White spotted red sandstone. White spotted red sandstone. That's the building material. White spotted red sandstone. So building material is that, white spotted red sandstone. Then leading center is Mathura, and here the focus, the prime focus was on divinity. Divinity was the focus. Here the focus is divinity. Focus is divinity. Divinity is the focus. Divinity. So focus of the art is divinity. There it was anatomical accuracy, here divinity. Then just 1 minute break. So that's the Mathura School of Art. Now the third sculptural school of post-Maurya period, Amaravati. Amaravati School of Art. Amaravati School. Amaravati developed in the Andhra region, coastal Andhra. It developed in coastal Andhra, and it was developed by the Shadavahanas and Ikshwakus. Shadavahanas and Ikshwakus. Madura leading center is Madura only, no other site. Madura is the leading center. Shadavahanas and Ikshwakus were the developers of Amaravati School of Art. This was religious. This was religious and exclusively Buddhist. Religious and exclusively Buddhist. Only Buddhist images were produced there. Then its focus was on feminine grace. So not like the Gandhara or Madhura, where divinity and anatomical accuracy. Here the beauty of the women was the major issue. Feminine grace, that was the feature of this art. Feminine grace was the feature of this art, feminine grace. Then building material was white marble. White marble was the building material. And the important centers were Nagarjuna Konda, Amaravati, Gandashala, and Joggayapeta. So these were the centers of this Amaravati School of Art. These were the centers of Amaravati School of Art. Amaravati School of Art centers. So these were the three schools of sculptural art of post-Maurya period. And now the Sarnath School of Sculpture. Sarnath School, developed during the Gupta period. So this was developed during the Gupta period, patronized by Guptas, because not everything belonged to Gupta period was patronized by Guptas. Gupta period is a general term for 300 to 550 AD. Sarnath school belonged to Gupta period and also patronized by the Guptas. This school produced both religious and non-religious. Religious and non-religious. That is, the religious images were produced, non-religious images were produced. Then it was dominated by Brahmanical religion. Dominated by Brahmanical religion. So it was dominated by Brahmanical religion. Dominated by Brahmanical religion. Plus, it also produced Buddhism and Jainism also. So it was not only a single religion, but dominated by Brahmanical religion, but produced both Buddhist and Jain images also. Produced both Buddhist and Jain images also. So Buddhist and Jain both were produced. Buddhist and Jain images were produced. Buddhist and Jain. Then the building material included metal, that is iron and all, metal and stone, both were there, metal and stone. So you should remember that post-Maurya period, everything was stone only, and here it is metal and stone. So the first metal images of the gods produced by Sarnath school. Produced by Sarnath school. First metal images were produced by Sarnath school. Sarnath school, they produced the metal images. Then next, so that's regarding the sculptural schools of ancient period. Now let's have another topic. Puppetry forms of India. Puppetry forms of India. Puppetry. Hope you all know about puppetry. What is puppetry and all? I think you all know that puppetry. So in India, we have 4 types of puppetry. We have mainly 4 types of puppetry in India. String puppets, shadow puppets, rod puppets, and glove puppets. So these are the 4 categories of puppets in India. String puppets, shadow puppets, rod puppets, and glove puppets. String, shadow, rod, and glove. These are the puppetries we have in India. So string puppets are the puppets attached with some strings, and by moving the fingers, we play the puppetry. And the types of string puppetry in India are famous one, Kathputli of Rajasthan, Kathputli of Rajasthan, Kundey of Odisha, Kundey of Odisha, Bommalattam in Tamil Nadu, Bommalattam in Tamil Nadu, and Gombayata in Karnataka. Gombayata in Karnataka. So these are the prominent puppetry forms of India, string puppets. Kathputli of Rajasthan, Kundey of Odisha, Bommalattam of Tamil Nadu, and Gombayata of Karnataka. Gombayata of Karnataka. So these are the 4 string puppets. This one. Then I will show. After that, I will show this. Shadow puppets are the puppets made of leather. Shadow puppets are made of leather, and then this puppet will be pressed from behind a white screen. Okay, it will be pressed on a white screen from the behind, and a strong source of light will be there from behind. So this leather shadows will be seen on the white screen, and that's how the leather puppetry is played. And the popular leather puppetry in India, Ravanachaya, in Odisha, Ravanachaya in Odisha, Togalu Gombayata in Karnataka, Togalu Gombayata in Karnataka, Tolu Bommalata in Andhra, Tolu Bommalata, Bommalatam Tamil Nadu, Bommalata Andhra, Tolu Bommalata in Andhra, Tolu Bommalata in Andhra, and Tol Pavakutha in Kerala. Tol Pavakutha in Kerala. Tol Pavakutha in Kerala. So Ravanachaya, Togalu Gombayata, Tolu Bommalata, Tol Pavakutha. These are the shadow puppetry forms in India. Then rod puppets are puppets attached to some rods, some sticks. And by moving the rods and the sticks, we play that puppetry. That is called rod puppets. And rod puppets are the popular are Yampuri in Bihar, and Putul Nach in Bengal. Putul Nach in Bengal. That's the second one famous. Rod puppetry of Bihar. Rod puppetry Bihar is called Yampuri, and Putul Nach in Bengal. Putul Nach in Bengal. Yampuri and Putul Nach. Yampuri and Putul Nach. Then finally the glove puppets. Gloves are you make the puppets and that can be used as gloves. So after putting the puppets in your palm or as a glove, then by moving the palm you play that puppetry. So that is called a glove. So manipulation with the fingers, after wearing that, hand and finger will be used to manipulate that, and that is glove puppets. Popular version is Pavakut of Kerala. Pavakut of Kerala. That's the most popular one. And Gulabo Sitabo in Uttar Pradesh. Gulabo Sitabo in Uttar Pradesh. That's also a glove puppetry. Gulabo Sitabo. Gulabo Sitabo and Pavakut. So these are the puppetry forms of India. Puppetry forms of India. Okay, this is the puppetry. I will show some puppetry. 1 second.
राजू भैया छुट्टी पे हैं।
ये मैं कर लेता हूँ।
और मैं ड्रीम 11 पे टीम बना लेता हूँ।
India versus Australia. Dream 11. Make your team now.
This is Ravana Chaya puppetry. Hope you can see that. Ravana Chaya, the shadow puppetry.
Karbam Stulatanum Gajendra Ramaya Ramachandraya Ramabhadraya Vidhasi Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataya Namah Jagadnath Swami एथर हनुमान चाहिँ प्रवेश हेले समुद्र कूल लंफ दे आर कूल को जीवा पड़िबो.
So this is the shadow puppets.
अंजना सुत बढ़ाई का निर्भय कले उपाय जे हनु प्राकर्मा बुझिबा पाई सुरसागे कही.
This is Katputli, the string puppets.
बैठ जा आराम से बैठ जा
So that's the puppetry forms of India. Then next, the earliest evidence of puppetry was discovered from Indus Valley civilization. The earliest evidence of puppetry was discovered from Indus Valley civilization. So this can be considered as a cultural continuation. The earliest evidence of puppetry was discovered from Indus Valley civilization. Earliest evidence of puppetry that was discovered from Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization. The earliest evidence of puppetry was discovered from Indus Valley civilization. And the first literary evidence, that is the first literary evidence for puppetry. The first literary evidence for puppetry came from the first literary evidence for puppetry came from the Sangam literature. So Sangam literature of South India, that gives us the first mention of puppetry, literary evidence of puppetry. Literary evidence of puppetry. And it was first mentioned in the text Silapadigaram. It was first mentioned in the Sangam text called Silapadigaram. It's in that book, Silapadigaram, the first mention of Sangam literature. This puppetry was first mentioned in Silapadigaram, Sangam literature, Silapadigaram. So that's regarding puppetry forms in India. So you just study the names of the puppetry, the theatre forms of India. The theatre forms of India. So we'll study about the theatre forms now. First one, Kuriyatam. 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 Which state is Kuriyatam? Any idea? Which state? Kuriyatam. Yeah, Kuriyatam is in Kerala. Kuriyatam is in Kerala, and you know what's the speciality of this Kuriyatam? What's the speciality of this Kuriyatam? Any idea? What's the speciality of this Kuriyatam? Nothing to do with the Mohiniyattam. Nothing to do with the Mohiniyattam. Pains are there for many arts in India. Kuriyatam, it is the only surviving Sanskrit theatre in India. Only surviving Sanskrit theatre form in India. It's the only surviving Sanskrit theatre form in India. Only surviving Sanskrit theatre form in India. Only surviving Sanskrit theatre in India. So this is the only theatre, that is Sanskrit theatre, surviving in India, Kuriyatam. Then it is based on mythology. That is, themes are from Mahabharata and Ramayana. The themes are from Mahabharata and Ramayana. Themes are from Mahabharata and Ramayana. The male characters speak Sanskrit. The male characters, they speak Sanskrit, whereas females, Prakrit. Males Sanskrit and females, they speak Prakrit. So the language, you can see that discrimination, males educated, that's the idea behind that. They speak Sanskrit and females Prakrit. Females Prakrit. Clear? Then this Kuriatam is performed in temple premises. Kuriatam is performed in the temple premises. And that place where this Kuriatam is performed, it is called Kuttambalam. The place where Kuriatam is performed, it is called Kuttambalam. It is called Kuttambalam. It's called Kuttambalam. Then this is the first art form from India in UNESCO's Intangible Heritage List. There is a list called UNESCO's Intangible Heritage. Intangible Heritage. UNESCO's Intangible Heritage List. And this is the first art form from India that is included in UNESCO's Intangible Heritage List, Kuriatam. So that is Kuriatam. The next is Mudiyattu. Second theatre form of India is Mudiyattu. Which state is this Mudiyattu theatre area? Mudiyattu is in which state of India? Mudiyattu. Yeah, that is also in Kerala. Mudiyattu is also in Kerala. This is a ritual theatre. It is a theatre, but it is a part of the rituals. Performed in the Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. Performed in the Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. So it is performed in Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. Performed in the Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. So that's seen in Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. Theme is the victory of Durga. Victory of Durga over Dariga. Dariga was an Asura. So Mudiyattu, this is performed in the Bhadrakali temples of Kerala. And the theme is Durga versus Dariga. Durga versus Dariga is the theme. Durga versus Dariga. This is also in UNESCO Intangible Heritage List. Mudiyattu is also in UNESCO's Intangible Heritage List. UNESCO's Intangible Heritage List. Then next is Theyyam. Theyyam is also in Kerala, northern Kerala. It is performed in North Kerala as a part of a ritual. It is also a ritual theatre, Theyyam. It's performed to appease folk gods, folk heroes, and the spirits of ancestors. Spirits of ancestors. So this is also ritual related to temples. It is to appease the folk gods, appease the folk heroes, and the spirits of ancestors. And the spirits of ancestors. Folk gods, folk hero, and the spirits of ancestors, and these are in the temples. This Theyyam is also called God's dance. Theyyam is also called God's dance. God's dance. So that's Theyyam. Then next, the other theatres of Kerala. Krishnanattam. Ramanattam. Tullal. Krishnanattam, Ramanattam, Tullal, Chakyar Koothu. So these are other theatre forms from Kerala. You just remember the names. Other than that, it's not that significant. First two are important. Kudiyattam is most important. Then this Krishnanattam, Ramanattam, Tullal, and Chakyar Koothu, just names and the state. That's enough. So these are the theatre forms of Kerala. Now next, Terukuthu. Which state is this Terukuthu? Terukuthu is performed in which state of India? Tamil Nadu. Terukuthu is performed in the Mariamman temples of Tamil Nadu. Mariamman temples. Terukuthu is performed in Mariamman temples of Tamil Nadu. It consists of 8 plays. It consists of a series of 8 plays based on the life of Draupadi. Based on the life of Draupadi, Pandava's wife Draupadi. So that is Terukuthu. Terukuthu is based on the life of Draupadi, which is dramatized in 8 plays, and it is performed in the Mariamman temples of Tamil Nadu. Mariamman temples of Tamil Nadu, that is Terukuthu. Then next is Yakshagana. Yakshagana in which state? Yakshagana is a theatre of Karnataka. Yeah, it is in Karnataka. Yakshagana, it is a mix of dance, drama, and music. Yakshagana is a mix of dance, drama, and music based on mythology, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Ramayana and Mahabharata, Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then this is performed from dusk to dawn. That is from evening to morning. So there is a time for the performance of Yakshagana. It is performed from dusk to dawn. Performed from dusk to dawn. Then the performers are divided into two categories. In Yakshagana, the performers are divided into two categories: Mummela and Himmela. Mummela and the Himmela. See, the artists who performs the dance and the music, dance and all, they are called Mummela. That is, who are in the front of the stage. That is called Mummela group. The actors and all, they are the Mummela. Himmela is the musicians and all. The musicians sitting in the behind, they are called Himmela. So this is like who stands in the front of the stage is called Mummela, the actors, and the musicians are called Himmela. So the performers are called Mummela and Himmela. And this is performed in the South Karnataka, okay, Tulunadu region. That is the Udupi Mangalore belt. Yakshagana is mainly performed in South Karnataka, and in North Karnataka, it has a regional version in North Karnataka called Bayalata. So in North Karnataka, Yakshagana is having a regional version, and that is called Bayalata. That's called the Bayalata. 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 So that's regarding Yakshagana. Then another theatre is Tamasha. Tamasha in which state? Tamasha theatre is in which state of India? Not in Andhra, not in UP. Maharashtra. Tamasha is in Maharashtra. Tamasha, that is in Maharashtra. It was developed by the Maratha Peshwas. Developed by Maratha Peshwas. It's known for its satire and wit. Satire and wit. The main character is a female. Main character is performed by a female, and that character is called Murki. Murki, a female character, plays the lead role in Tamasha. Murki. Murki plays the lead role in Tamasha. Murki. Murki. And Lavani dance is associated with theatre. Lavani dance is associated with this theatre. Lavani dance. Lavani dance is associated with this theatre. Lavani dance. So I think we can wind up for the day. We will see sometimes later. Okay. So that's all for today. Arvind, that's all.